My next guest helps U.S. and U.K. firms find lawyers, and in countries such as India. I want to welcome Kevin Colangelo. He's the vice president of Pangea 3. Kevin, good to have you with us on Bloomberg.
Thank you, Pimm.
So this whole idea of outsourcing, I mean, this is not limited to things like call centers or the kind of tasks that might be done in a factory, just trying to ship the jobs off for low-wage employment. This is really about a service economy that is global now.
Absolutely. I mean, our industry and our company, Pangea 3, has 600 lawyers in India, in 3 offices in Mumbai and Delhi, and we provide legal services to large global companies, U.S., U.K. companies, but certainly global footprint, and their law firms, the same type of legal services that the large global law firms are providing.
All right, now global law firms, you know, whenever you think about them and you think about the bill that they're going to be sending you per hour, it usually takes everyone's breath away.
Right.
Is this trying to in some way mitigate that? I mean, is the cost a lot lower by outsourcing this to places like India?
Certainly, cost is obviously a big driving factor. It's not the only factor, but it's certainly, you know, you can really realize a lot of wage benefits and labor arbitrage, if you will, by using Indian lawyers. And in fact, some companies even use lawyers in the Philippines and South Africa to see those same benefits. It's more than that, but certainly it's a driving factor when people are first considering this type of work.
Well, part of the description is what? That about 1 hour of legal work in the United States ends up equaling about 1.5 hours, at least in some of the cases that you've put together.
Yeah, it can. I mean, and that's an efficiency discussion. I mean, what we've done at Pangea 3 is kind of wrap project management and a lot of process-driven efficiencies around our work. So traditionally, the legal practice is one where you're kind of incented to not be efficient, right? You know, I've 16 years a lawyer, and many of those years in large New York law firms where, you know, I was asked to bill 1,800, 2,000, 2,300 hours a year. You know, the efficiencies behind that are a little bit murky. The way we run our business is Six Sigma driven and is very much all about documented processes, making sure that the product, which is legal work, moves through the system as efficiently and as accurately as possible. So yes, it can literally be that one of my attorney's hours could equal up to 1.5 hours of a U.S. attorney's or a U.K. attorney's hours.
So this is also about understanding that the legal process is not just about giving advice, but it involves a lot of discovery, a lot of paperwork, processes that necessarily can be automated, but they can be followed or tracked using various types of software and technology processes.
That's right. There's a lot of discussion in the legal industry as a whole about disaggregation or unbundling of legal services. We are one element of that, but certainly you mentioned technology. That's another element as well. And together, there's a lot of change going on in the legal industry. Offshore outsourcing is kind of the buzz at the moment because our industry has seen a tremendous amount of growth, particularly in the last 2+ years during the recession, where people are looking for new solutions and better ways to do things. The cost is certainly an attracting factor, but when people start using companies like mine, they realize, well, wait a minute, there's also an element here of efficiency that we haven't been getting from either our in-house folks or our law firms as well.
So you can create some kind of template for how certain processes are executed.
Absolutely.
And you can do it using these kinds of new technologies with these individuals overseas.
Absolutely, and we do it all the time. I mean, we've got clients that have purchased several 100,000 hours a year of just doing that for them.
All right, I want to thank you very much, Kevin Colangelo, joining us from Pangea 3, giving us some insight into an area of outsourcing I didn't know that existed. Thank you very much.